I'm going to show investors how you can run comps online without having to have a realtor do a comp analysis. It's so simple, and you can do it all through Zillow, and I'm going to show you right now how to do it. So you're looking at an investment property and you got to run comps on the house and your realtor's not there for you. You can't get a hold of me for some reason. I've already sent you comps, but you want to double check it. All you need to do is go to Zillow.com. Just put in the subject property into the search bar and search for the property. And this is one that we're looking at. You want to kind of just go through the photos on the property and the bedrooms and baths and square footage. And you kind of got to verify some of this stuff, but it's an easy way. You can see where the property is located by going here on the map. The subject property is located right here, this little blue dot, and that's the subject property. Now, what I need to do is I know where the property is located, and I want to pull comps around the subject property. So back on Zillow, I'm going to just go back to search. I'm going to change the search criteria over here from for sale to sold. And now I'm going to go over to this little button here, more, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I want to see all properties that sold in the last 6 months. And you can go back 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months. We typically will go back 6 months. But if you wanted to start it in a shorter period of time, that's always better. So you can go ahead and click 30 days, click apply. And now on Zillow properties, we know the subject property is located right here. There are other properties that had just recently sold close to the subject property, and you can click on each one of them that come up, and it's going to show you the sold date. Sold 11/21/2023. I could then click on the property, which is my comp. I want to see this one sold for $400,000. And many times I'm going to have multiple photos of the property that's sold. And in this case, I'm going to go through all the photos that are on the property and review and then do a comparison. And I want to look at more than just obviously one comp. So I'm going to close out of that and keep going around in the area. Here's a property that sold for $330,000. I'm going to go ahead and click on that property. I could tell this is a fixed up, cleaned up. Now, the subject property is 3 bedrooms. This property is 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. So it's a smaller home than the subject. And they did a nice job doing a renovation. They painted the kitchen cabinets and looks like they put in some new appliances and some granite countertops and etc. inside the property. So I'm a very visual type person. Whenever I'm running comps on a property, I need to see what the properties look like. First thing that I look at is what is around me in my area. And then I will start pulling up any of the sold properties. Now we're only going back 30 days, but let's say I didn't have enough sales, which in this case, we really don't have a lot of sales. So I would probably want to go back then 90 days or 6 months, hit the apply button, and everything in yellow is something that's sold around the subject property. So remember, the subject property is right here. We just want to look around and see each one. And so this is something that you really got to pay attention to. Because you're looking on a map, it's very visual. So this one that sold for $295, I will almost bet my bottom dollar this either sides to the Eisenhower or 290, and or it does not, or it backs to it. But I can go ahead and click on this, and then if I wanted to see this property sold for $295,000, and it's dated on the inside, but it is a comp. It's sold in the general area, right where the subject is located. It's sold on 6/22/23, and it needs updating. It looks like it's kind of perfectly preserved, very neat and tidy, nice home. But then, like I said, I always want to go through and check out the location of the property, and I can do that simply by zooming in. And as we can see here, this property that sold for $300,000, it backs up to 290 or the Eisenhower. So that would be probably a little bit different than the subject property, which is down here and is a few houses in from 88 and 290 and all the expressways. And what makes a difference when you're running comps is you want to make sure, these homes that back or side to a busy road, they take the hit. But if you're even a couple houses in, it's a totally different market. You can compare yourself to any other interior lot. And that's what I always use whenever I'm comparing properties. So again, I just wanted to show you, you can run your own comps on Zillow. All you need to do again is go to Zillow, put in your subject property address that you're looking at purchasing. Then all you need to do is look for it on the map, identify where the property is located. I know that it's located right there on the map. The map pops up. I can then go over to the More button, and I got to click Solds over here. Market sold, apply, More, go all the way to the bottom, sold in the last. And you always got to be selecting this because anything more than 6 months is a dated comp. So 6 months, apply, and then zoom out and all of the yellow dots will start to appear, which are all of the sold comps or sold properties around each one of the, around the subject property. So the only thing that you really have to be thinking about is going through each individual comp that's in that area and then comparing it to the subjects: bedrooms, baths, garage, basement, square footage, and you can then make your determination, is this property comparable to the other ones? Pretend like you're a buyer is what I always say. You want to just kind of pretend like you're buying a house, and does this house compare to that house? And it's very, very visual. When you're doing comparables, comparables are not just, it's not just a numbers game. It's a very, very visual game in real estate. So keep that in mind. So I hope this is a nice, helpful tip on running comps without having a real estate license, because it's the same darn data. Thanks.